Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm A. O'Neill, and today I am live at work. And this is not. I'm not working on the S3 stuff. Let me move this out of the way. Where's my stuff I'm working on today? Is this one over here? Yeah, it's this one over here. So I've been doing a bit on mail templates, and let's see where we last leave off. So yesterday, so I built out the new templates, and I thought, oh, I'll just transition things over to the new templates, but there's some other stuff that needs to go in place with some of the mail updates and whatnot. So I went back and I decided to rescope the variables in the old templates. So I might be able to give an example of what that's like. But basically, they had a lot of variables that were things that were short and unscoped, such as name or link or URL, stuff like that. And what I did was nested those in objects, user.name, share.url, portfolio.url. Those aren't actually the names that I use, but that sort of thing, so that it's easier to tell when looking across the templates, oh, if we change the way that we're doing, say, the username somewhere centrally, we'd go through and we'd be able to find it in the templates as well. And just be able to better understand at a glance without understanding the whole application what's the deal with the templates. So that's kind of where we're at. And then I had to restart my computer. Well, I didn't have to restart it. It crashed, which is pretty rare, but it happens. Anyway, all right, let me move that over just a touch and see if we can get... There we are. Now I'll move that back. So I guess 1 or 2 pixels of the edge here are getting cut off, but you probably won't notice. Anyway, I've started doing this who to follow bit at the beginning of each of the sessions. And so today, my who to follow pick is Ethan Garofalo. So let me bring that up. And there's a link down in the doobly-doo, Ethan Garofalo. And I have actually, so there's his channel, which has all of his stuff. It's high value and low value content. But what I actually recommend is searching for Ethan Garofalo microservices. And then this is the playlist that I put together that has a lot of the stuff that he's done at conferences, which is pretty high value stuff. And I definitely recommend checking out his official channel as well. But there's a lot of stuff on here that's a little bit more, oh, well, let's see. I think that some of his best talks he's given at conferences, and they're not all duplicated onto his official channel. And so that's why I'm going to give you the link here to Ethan Garofalo. Am I spelling that right? Who to follow. Boom. So that is, yeah, that's somebody to follow. And with that out of the way, we'll go ahead and get started. I do have, as you can see here, I've got the chat open, and I am trying to keep track of that over on this screen. I'll just go ahead and go. So, wait, but before we do that, a word from our sponsor, but not really our sponsor, Mountain Dew. Time to open focus. Okay, don't drink Mountain Dew after you're eating grapes. It's not as satisfying. It's not that it's bad. It almost tastes diet, though. I hate the taste of diet drinks. So I'm going to finish my grapes first. Oh, but the Mountain Dew's already cold. Oh, I'll finish my grapes quickly. Okay, that's what we're going to do here. Don't mind me. I'm not going to talk for a minute. I'm just going to throw all my grapes in so I get my vitamins. Hey, what's up? Okay. I'm just having some grapes. And of course, with my computer restarting, I keep logs running over here in this window that you can't see. My computer failed. Oh, whoops. And I've got to re-add all my SSH keys. So give me a second to do that. I'm going to mute the mic for a second. There we go. Okay, well, thank you. I don't think anybody feels insulted being called a god. So I don't think I've seen you in a while. It's been at least, yeah, I don't think I've seen comments from you in a while, but I do remember you popping in. It seems a week or two ago it was, I think. But what was something that was particularly helpful for you that, opened your eyes to either a pattern of doing things or some stuff you didn't know? I'd love to hear about that. And thanks for the high praise. And Java's like Node, right? Because Node's JavaScript, and Java's just it's just another form of JavaScript, right? Bad joke. Anyway, let me go ahead and get into the dev environment here, and I'm going to use screen dash lowercase x rs. So that's for X marks the spot, R, sail away. So it's my pirate themed, and then awesome. It's just because, yeah, that's how I remember it. That's the magic. That's the silver bullet for screen. No matter what that's always going to work. It's going to do the right thing that you want. Okay, so now I got my logs back up on the other screen here. Okay, I just got a few more grapes to get through, and then I can get back to my Mountain Dew and hopefully wash out the grape taste so that it doesn't taste like diet soda. That was quite an unpleasant surprise to take a gulp of it and have it taste that way. All right, so I'm back to the... oh gosh, I got to find the right branch too. And all my fingers are sticky from the grapes. Ah, what a world, what a world, what a world. That doesn't seem right. Oh, no, that isn't right. Okay, where are the new email templates? Oh, gosh. Oh, I think it's under AJ. Let's see. I'm going to add message, and I'm going to stash it so that I can check out AJ branch. Oh, I'm going to have to update that too, huh? Yeah, that's all right. Let's see, can I rebase master? Well, really, I want to rebase all the way to email. Well, let's just try master first. Take it slow and easy. What do we got there? Git checkout. Let's see. What's about this that needs love? All right, we updated moment. And then what else? Anything else? Okay, so it basically just got hung up on the fact that we updated moment. No big deal. And then, of course, we're going to need to remove package lock, and then npm install to re-add it, and then npm audit fix to update any of the dependencies. Hey, that's cool. I'm glad that you've started going through official documentation. Yeah, I think that I actually was thinking about this before I got on the stream. I'd maybe like to do a short video on it. But when is it appropriate to use dependencies? Well, I guess this is kind of a different question because it looks, yeah, looking for solutions with libraries. So this opens up a can of worms because I saw somebody's comment somewhere online that said a 10x developer that is somebody who just gets crap done no matter how many frameworks and libraries it takes. And I don't necessarily agree with that. But yeah. So after following me for a while, you started to go through official documentation. That's awesome. That's great. You will be better for it. You will have more to contribute to teams that you're in. Hopefully you can keep from being arrogant as you learn more and get really good, because that's really hard to do, because the things that make you great are simple things, not necessarily complex things. And then it's easy to get frustrated and think, why are not other people doing these simple things? And then that's actually not very endearing or engendering, and that's one of my problems. But I'm glad that you're having that mind shift. I believe that it will do well for you, and it sounds that you feel the same, so that's great. But the other thing I was going to say about dependencies is, when is the right time to pull in a dependency? And I would say, if it's something that is going to take, it would definitely take longer to implement than it would take to read somebody else's documentation. Reading the spec to implement it is going to take longer than reading the documentation for the library. So if reading the spec is fairly short and you can just rewrite the code, then don't use a dependency, just rewrite the code. But the other qualifier is that if it's something that you're going to be reusing over and over again. If it's something that's one-off, sometimes a dependency might be the right choice. But if it's something that you're going to use again in 3 months or in 6 months, or use on another project, or is critical to your application, then just write it yourself. Don't use the dependency, because it's going to be easier as you grow as a developer. Hopefully, it's going to be easier to debug your own code, assuming that you write good documentation and good comments, you follow good coding practices generally. If you don't follow good coding practices generally, and other people that you rely on their code do a better job than you do at following good coding practices, then I'll by all means use that. But oftentimes, if you inspect other people's code, you find that they don't follow good coding practices, and their stuff's just as chunky as yours, if not worse. So, trade-offs there. Anyway, so now I wonder what is it complaining about this for now? We got rid of some stuff. We added some stuff. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so I'm just going to say, yep, let's add that one. And then git rebase continue. Cool. Oh, and of course, just tons of stuff here. All right, so this is all just things that are deleted. So in that case, I don't know why it can't just delete them. Git rm-rf delete. I'm just going to copy this wholesale. No, I just copy the whole thing here. All right, rm.sh. Whoa, that's not what I meant to do. Set paste, set paste. Oh, and now we've got the little, when I do control characters, actually, the problem with being in Vim and having the keystroke mabob on, let me go to it. Well, good thing I didn't have it on while I was, I haven't gotten good at remembering when to turn the keystroke mabob on and off, so it's best that I leave it off most time. But the problem with, if I say display everything, then as I'm going up and down and left and right, it's just adding a ton of things there. But when I'm in Vim, it's also nice to be able to see the colon whatever it is I'm doing. So let me know what you prefer. I think because I'm about to do some regex, I am going to say display everything. So we are going to delete it by them. We're going to replace that with git rm-rf. And there we are. And now I'm just going to run this rm command. There we go. So all of that has been deleted, so I can just do git rebase continue now. And then what else we got? Git rm-rf. Yeah. Git rebase continue. Okay. And then this one too. I must have done something. I probably modified white space in these files. That must be why they keep on showing up here. All right, cool. So that worked. Now let's see if we can do the rebase on email vars 2. Oh, cool. Did everything, most everything went through? Added by us? I don't think so. Wasn't that one of the ones I just deleted? Let's check here. Do we have completed notification? Does this template exist here? I love coding in my free time. Been working on Java for 4 years now. I want to create open source libraries with the intention that so many of them have helped me. Any ideas to implement? I don't know. So clarify a little bit for me. What do you mean when you say any ideas to implement? Are you asking, do I have any project ideas that might be well suited for Java? Or are you asking, is there any suggestions on how to implement the goal that you have? Which maybe those are the same thing. But yeah, let me know what you mean by that. Okay, completed notification. I actually don't know what completed notification is. Does that exist in the other branch? I actually don't understand why this is a conflict. So here was a file that was deleted, and here was a file that was added. Seems that it's okay to delete a file and add a file that are different files. I don't get what the deal is there. I'm going to go ahead and say whatever. Git add. Sure. Because where was this showing up in? Tasks? Yeah, I don't know why that wouldn't be there. Okay, and then what else? Both modified. This seems suspicious. I'm a little confused. Oh, API util. Let's see. Huh. Not quite sure what to make of this. Well, if it says it was deleted, maybe we just delete it. Let me check out what the both modified is about. Let's see, ideas that can be implemented which help a given type of application, such as library for login in Spring Batch, library for queuing requests of REST APIs. I don't know. I don't know what the ecosystem of Java looks like. I don't know what the patterns are in Java for how people prefer to write code. Okay, so I think this generate code. Oh, that's me. Randomish. I think what we're saying here, sometimes the by them, by us doesn't quite make sense. It's the reverse of what you think. And the pluses and minuses can be wrong. But I think what this is saying is this whole bit here. Yeah. That whole bit there can be deleted. This whole bit here can be deleted. I think that's correct. I think some of the stuff I should have already done, I should probably bring back into master because it's just deleting cruft. Okay, so what else was modified with that? Oh, there's a little bit up at the top there. Send template email, so now it doesn't need that anymore. Okay, that makes sense. Well, so here's an idea, Akshay. Am I saying that right? Is it Akshay? You don't want to be a small fish in a big ocean. You want to be a big fish in a small pond. Find a niche. Maybe Java is your cash cow in terms of your employment opportunities in the area where you live. But if you want to make an impact, you need to look at things that are on the curve up. So let's take a look at, real quick, I'll break to do this. Let's take a look at the Stack Overflow career survey, or whatever it is. Stack Overflow survey 2021. Developer survey 2021. So here's something to look at. And what you want to do is go down to the technology section. I might have to, whoops. There we go. So I'm going to put this in the chat for everybody else. I'm just going to call it SO Tech Survey. There you go. And what you want to do is stay away from things that are at the top. You want to look down probably in the lower third. So let's see. Well, that might be too far down. I don't remember the graph having so many things on it last year, but let's say look in this area. Because up here, the market is saturated. You're not going to make much of an impact in any of this stuff. You maybe, but probably not. If some new technology emerges, say for example, Let's Encrypt. When Let's Encrypt came out, Node.js had already been around for a while, but I was able to create the most popular Let's Encrypt library for Node.js because Node.js was a new technology. So if some new technology comes in that needs a library, maybe you'll be the right one to create it, but probably not, right? Because there's going to be way more people with way more experience than you, unless it's niche enough to something that you're doing that one of the other 99% of people or companies in that space are going to do it. So, try to stay out of here because these are all, there's too many developers in the space. So go down a little further. There's probably still some room in Go to write something that's interesting and useful. I'm not 100% sure. Kotlin, you've got some potential opportunity there. Rust, definitely. Lots of useful things still to write in Rust. Ruby is on the down, not on the up, but with Flutter, Dart, and Flutter, that's going up. Assembly is not something that you're actually going to write in. And then let's see. I don't see Nim on here. I'm trying to figure out about Nim. It looks as though Crystal is going up, though. Erlang, you wouldn't necessarily program Erlang itself, but I forget, Elixir is the framework for Erlang right now. Julia. So don't focus up here at the top where the market's saturated. Focus down in the niches where things are moving up, which this doesn't tell you a scale of what's moving up, but you want to find things that are moving up, not things that are moving down. So I think Ruby and Groovy, Perl, those are all moving down. So same thing with databases. Stay out of the, well, MariaDB is the same thing as MySQL, more or less. I don't know. I don't think there's anything interesting here. DigitalOcean, I don't know that you could write tools for it. Web frameworks, I don't know. You'll just kind of have to go through and see if you can find something that makes sense for you. But I would say try to focus on technologies that are on the lower end moving up, that are coming out of a niche into the general. And if you can find niche problems to solve niche problems. What is this about? Loved, dreaded. Interesting. Yeah, this is a good one to look at. This is actually a really good one to look at. You can see. So Elixir is something that seems to be on the up. JavaScript is moving down. Everybody always hates JavaScript, though. That's because they never learn it. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on this because I got things I got to do. But good overview and good to recap. I actually haven't gone through this year's survey. I went through last year's survey pretty closely, but this year I haven't gone through the survey as closely. I should probably do that, make a video on it or something. I don't know. I don't want to make a video just because it's something popular to do. I haven't had the need to really look at it, so I guess I shouldn't. Let it be natural. Anyway, so I think I fixed that file. Sometimes Git conflicts are so strange. And this one is just really, really confusing. Because obviously this file is used in a lot of places, so how could it possibly be deleted? So I'm just going to keep track of this. Maybe it was moved, or I don't know. What could this be about? Account. What's in here? I don't think that maybe it was moved. I don't know. Was there something that's added? No? It's just saying that it was deleted. I just have a hard time believing that. So I'm going to keep track of this. Echo. I'm going to put this in to delete.txt. I don't know if I actually need to delete it, but we're going to go along with the rebase as if I didn't need to delete it. Oh, that is why. Ah, I see now. Oh, bother. Oh, this is going to be bad. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do git rebase abort, and then I'll know. Let me try this again, and I'll be able to go through those things I just went through very quickly. But I don't know how you fix that particular problem. Email vars too. All right, so Anubav says, hey, sorry, might be out of context, but can you share your Vim config, any specific plugins for web dev? Yes, so if you check in the doobly-doo, you'll see the link to webinstall.dev. If you go to webinstall.dev/vim-essentials, that is my Vim config. There's probably one or two things that aren't part of this that I have in my Vim config, but this is pretty much it. Webinstall.dev. Vim, well, whoops. There we go. That's it. Java's so rich, I cannot find a use case. Thinks that was super helpful. Okay, got it. And then phone's buzzing. Doesn't look like anything. People gushing over baby pics. So for those of you that don't know, my son was born 2 weeks ago. And we haven't been as strong with the pics as we were with the firstborn, We've got second child syndrome or whatever it is. Okay, so this one, it says completed notification. All right, whatever. I think that the added by us is reverse in this case with the rebase because it's replaying master, and well, the branch that I'm calling rebase on is the one that's the canonical one, and so we're replaying this one on top. And so I think when it says added by us, what it actually means is added by the canonical source, but I'm not sure. Whoops, no, we want to do git rebase continue. And then both modified. This one was really easy. So let's get rid of this, and this, and this, and this. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Yeah, I still got some of that grape taste in my mouth, so the Mountain Dew is not as satisfying as it ought to be. All right, check code is declared, but its value is never read. Not a problem that I'm interested in solving right now. Okay, so we're going to put in API routes, user profile, and then we're going to, I think we're going to rumruff. This is what we're going to do. At the very least, we're going to take this file, which I don't quite understand what's different about it, but we'll look at it in a different diffing tool later. But we're going to do that. We're going to say, we're going to delete this entirely. And we're going to add, really there's nothing to add with this routes bit here. Okay, git rebase continue. Okay, now we have some conflicts. Oh no. This one's going to get added twice as well, isn't it? Some of this stuff is not going to go over well. I might have to end up redoing more than I was hoping to have to redo. Okay, we can get rid of that. This is all the same. So get rid of all that. Is that the only thing that was crufty about it? Looks like maybe it was. Okay. I think I'm going to move this. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because with this one, there shouldn't be any difference between the two. I don't think. Mailer. Renamed. Yeah. Let's see. Yes, really. Yep. A little baby boy. We named him after one of the characters in the Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, there's just a ton of stuff going on. Cool. Okay, what the letter L is this about? Both modified. I hate it when they're both modified. That one's pretty easy. Okay, good. Nothing too strong here in terms of the changes. This should be pretty easy to look at and make good decisions. So, test-env is no longer needed. I know that. So that one can go out of the way. And then I think these things, base link, base URL, back office URL, all of that totally makes sense to bring in here. That can go away, this can go away, this can go away. The question is, our from address looks to be slightly different. Oh, I see what's going on there. Sure, support name versus support address. Yes, we want to use that one. Okay, so that was pretty easy to deal with. Is this complaining? Object is possibly undefined. You're a liar. Oh, right. I see what it's saying here. Yeah, okay. It's possibly undefined, so I should use the little whatchamajig. Okay, fine. We'll do it that way. Okay, what else do we need here? Comment totally doesn't matter, but there we are. Is that it? That's all that we need to get right there. Yeah, this branch is a little bit old. I think it's about 2 weeks old. This was what I was working on a little bit before, maybe 3 weeks old, a little bit before I had my paternity leave. And so, you know, how these things happen. You lose a little bit of information. It's inevitable. Okay, let's see what I did here. App company logo, alt. It looks that I just had the short name in there. That's it, right? Nothing too special. And this totally doesn't matter because this is about to get deleted anyway. So let's just check here. If I delete this here and I paste it here, yeah, they're exactly the same. Okay, so no biggie there. That was a very small change. Good. Okay, so email templates, yada yada. Rebase continue. And huzzah, we are at the end. So now what I want to do is I want to diff with email vars 2 to see what did I actually change. Why did I change that? What? Did I have some other stuff going on in here? Yeah, so it finished creating new templates. Okay, so this has been going on for a while. I need to see what the diffs are between the two. The log. You can see the commit differences between the two. So, hello, I see we got several people in the channel now. Hello to all of you. I'm AJ. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? What brings you to the channel today? Also, as people are coming and going, remember, if you like what you like, you get more of what you like. So, thumbs up if you got them. Thumbs down if you don't, because every thumb helps. And if you do decide to subscribe, if you aren't subscribed already, because I think many of you actually are already subscribers, hit the bell for personalized recommendations so that you get the good stuff. Okay. So there's a number of things here. Oh, that's not necessary anymore. I actually did a PR. So here's a tip. This ended up being so simple. I don't know how somebody else didn't do this. So many people, use JS hint. URL is a global in browser JavaScript as well as Node.js, and it was not registered as a global in JS hints internal. So I went and I opened up an issue that said, hey, URL is a global to Node.js, and they said, put in a PR. So I copied one line from a config file, and now I am a contributor to one of the most popular linting projects on the planet. One of the top 3. And all I did was add a one-line change for something that was just a simple oversight. Okay, so this is where this is going to get a little cray-cray. I'm going to have to do a git stash pop on that message, and we'll see. ETA, MJML. I don't want to go through all the package lock stuff. Oh gosh. There's probably some way to do a git diff and say, hey, exclude this file. I think it's inclusive. I think you have to say include all of these things, but exclude that thing. Because going through a package lock diff is obnoxious. It takes forever. We'll just do it this way. We'll just look at the things in source, which are the code things. Okay, good. Does this look right? I don't know. Certainly that's an important change. I think we got rid of user. Wait, user was there twice? I need to double check on that usage. Okay, all of this stuff is commented out now. I don't know. Some of these things. Are new to me. Gossip. The company I work for got an email from hackers that if it doesn't give them demand money in Bitcoins, they will take the website down. Don't pay. What kind of website are you running? So if you give in to that demand, there's a lot of things going on here. What they're doing is illegal. What they're doing is going to cost them resources. So to take down your website costs them resources, depending on how big your website is. So you got to consider that too. The attacker If they have a botnet ready in wait and they use it to attack you, then they expose their botnet. And once the botnet is exposed, it limits their ability to use it again because those IP addresses are going to go on block lists. It's going to be discovered by ISPs. So they have their own risks. Anybody can send an email to someone saying, hey, give me Bitcoin or I'll take your website down. But actually having the capacity to take a website down it's not that hard, especially if it's on a platform such as WordPress, where it's extremely inefficient, does a lot of heavy lifting. But you could put that in front of a cache, or you could, if you wanted to, I don't know if Cloudflare is available in your country, but you can use something similar to that will do automatic bot blocking for you. Oh yeah, so you got Akamai. Okay. Cool. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you got the yeah. Don't ever give it into terrorists. There is a book called Never Split the Difference. How negotiate as though your life depended on it. And it's got a lot of good tips for things that come up in everyday life. It's from a hostage negotiator wrote it. But it's got a lot of just good life tips in there. For dealing with hostile people, even when there are no hostages. Okay, attachment. There we go. So nothing big there. And then why did we get rid of body wrapper? I guess it wasn't actually used. Let's see. Oh yeah, so there's some of the password stuff I was working on. So there's just a number of things in here. And these are going to be all the MJML templates. Okay. So one of the things that I like about ETA, or ETA as it is called, because it requires everything start with IT, well, it is what it's called. It's just their alternative to saying me or self. They just picked a name that wasn't already being massively used. When you go to search through a program to do some sort of find and replace, it's pretty easy to do. Because you can distinguish from, for example, first name with it dot first name and so on and so forth. So I'm going to update all of these templates. I think that's most of what else is in here. So there's some stuff related to the password authentication that needs to get updated. Yeah. Okay. I kind of want to section that out and make this mail template stuff separate. But the thing is, I can't really. The password stuff needs to go through. Oh, and there is another thing that I need to do today. I need to extend. I implemented. So when you are dealing with malicious users that are trying to get access to an account, you have to block the number of attempts that it takes to do certain things and limit the amount of time that a link is good for and so on and so forth. So I implemented a counter to see how many times you've attempted to gain to try a different code. And so now that I've implemented a counter that you can only make 5 attempts and then it becomes invalid and expired for a verification link, I can increase the time that the verification link lasts from 15 minutes to, say, 2 days, which is going to be better. Okay, Ultra Half, what did you say? Never what? I did not see that comment come in 3 minutes ago when it came in. So, yeah, ask a clarifying question and I will answer you. Good to see you again, by the way. Oh, and for those of you that are tuned in right now, last night's stream was pretty good too. Because, you know, sometimes it alternates between being interesting and engaging and being a bit of a slog of just doing boring, repetitive things and having to go back and forth between files. Last night's stream was a good one. It was only 3 hours long, but there was a lot of gems in there. Not a lot of people joined in, though. So we got a lot of people in now and a lot of engagement, which is great. Last night there wasn't a lot of engagement, but it was a good stream. I felt good about it. So on payment processing, database decisions, and webhooks were topics that were covered. Okay, so I do want to take a look at what's the difference between these two accounts. Let's see, do I have my Diffie here? No, I don't. Let me go ahead and add that. .config fish, config.fish, and then I'm going to go into diffie.config. There we go. So alias Diffie. There we go. I'm going to make something similar to Pathman that will edit aliases as well at some point. I was going to rename Pathman to envman and have it be able to handle and things that you want to put in your bash or fish or ZSH configs generally, and then segment them by things that are common. But aliases, maybe I'll just copy Pathman and create an alias man. But I do want something that's more general to handle other types of variables rather than just path. So maybe I'll have 3 utils: Pathman, envman, alias man. Man for manager. Anyway, so now I've got my Diffie. Let me do my source dot. I'll just exit and open it up again. There we go. And now Diffie, and then what was it? Oops. Source. I'm going to have to do status. Okay, Diffie. And I haven't tried Delta yet, but if you have tried Delta, I'd be interested to know your experience with it. What do you like the most about it? It seems that so this was just moved around, it looks like. And it seems that there's an extra function, some extra functions over here in this one that aren't in the other one. I would like to have a better view of this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my terminal really tiny so that I can fit lots of lines. And then I'm going to log in. I know that those of you that are looking online, won't actually be able to see this. But that's okay. I'll be able to see it. I'll tell you if I notice anything good. And I'll make it bigger if the screen's too wide. Okay, so I am checking comments again. The book. Hey, Lakshmi. Never what? The book? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what you're saying. I demand a Discord server. Such a beautiful, small community you have created. Okay, your wish is granted. Here we go. Discord. I was thinking about this already, Akshay. I hadn't pulled the trigger on it, but there we are. I was going to use this. I might rename it. I think I will rename it real quick. I'm going to rename this to Beyond Code Live. Edit server profile. You can change how others see you inside now. Can I change the name of the server? I kind of want to change server settings. I want to call it Beyond Code Live. Okay. Because I was going to do a other thingy. That's not the best name. There we go. Now it's called Beyond Code Live. The book I was talking about that teaches good things. But which book? I have the memory of a goldfish. Let's see. Well, that's what the A in AJ stands for. And the A is for awesome. The J is for just doing my thing. What's up? What are you doing? Okay, yeah, let me tell you what I'm doing. So, first of all, I am... I'm just... It's kind of boring stuff right now. Because, you know, we alternate between doing stuff that's interesting and doing stuff that we just got to do. And right now, this is more just stuff that I just got to do. But it's... I updated the mail templates and with a new templating system, and then I realized that I needed to make some other changes, and there were some dependency issues in terms of workflow, who needed to do what first. And so I went back and worked on the older mail templates, and to give them some scope. So I'm just doing work stuff. And sorry, it's not too much more descriptive than that. It's just things that I'm refactoring some mail templates, and I'm doing a rebase. So I took paternity leave, and so there's some work that I did 3 weeks ago, and what I'm doing right now is just trying to compare the work that I did 3 weeks ago to the work that I need to continue to do, and get them back in sync so that I feel good about it, that things are working the way that they should. Okay, so I think update account by ID. I think the reason I got rid of that is we didn't have any other place where it was used, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's only used internally. And then update by ID, that wasn't used anywhere, right? Or is that, okay, that is used in other places. But that's user utils, not account utils. Yeah, so that's user utils. So update by ID doesn't need to exist. So, but what about this create function? I think I need to check that out. So no, this is saying the create function is the same. We have create here, we have create here, but in the old version, we're not handling, or in the old version, we're handling creating a user when we create a company. But in the new version, we don't do that, because now we always create a user independently of creating the company that they're associated with, because they might be associated with multiple companies or none. They might come to the platform just to complete a form similar to PandaDoc and whatnot. Oh, sorry. Now I got it. Now I got it. Never split the difference. Yes, I'll give you a link to that real quick. If you want to. Never split the difference. Oh, good. It's not showing women's underwear. So I was searching for some maternity, post-maternity stuff for my wife. And then because of that, Amazon started showing me all sorts of wonderful and interesting products that I wasn't interested in. So I had to, thankfully, Amazon does have an ability to edit your search history and remove items so that it doesn't suggest things. But yeah, this is it. Never split the difference. Sorry. Yeah, if you want to use my link, feel free to. I don't know that it'll work where you are. I listened to it on audiobook, and let's see. Yeah, I got it on audiobook. Oh, speaking of which, I got to tell a friend that I can loan him Atomic Habits, because I have Atomic Habits sitting right here. You can't see it in the background, but I put it in the background as one of the, I don't think you'll see it even if I move it. Yeah, there's too many other things covering it right now. But there's some little Easter eggs I keep in the background for their cultural things, such as the Epona clock. You probably can't tell, but that's Link riding Epona. Okay, so I feel good about what I'm seeing here. I'm going to go ahead and remove this junk file. And I wonder if there's a way. Yeah, because there's just a number of. I think I'm going to go ahead and make another PR. Nah, I'm not going to whip it yet. Work in progress. Whip. WIP. I'm not going to make a whip PR for it yet. So warning, by the way, I'm going to say hello in the Discord server. I am retarded when it comes to social media, and I mean that in the true sense of the word. Because one, I'm not a people person, if you haven't noticed from the stream. And yeah, so we'll see how having a Discord stream for the channel works out. Let's see. So I need to get my list. I have a list. I'm going to open it up in another window here because I'm going to bring up some company stuff. But I have a list of the variables that I've updated, and I am going to pull that list out. Okay, so here you can see those are the variables that I'm now using. I don't have a good diff between the two, but if I go back, if I go to email template updates, is it this one? There is, I could have sworn, oh no, it's an issue. It's an issue, email template variables. So this is all the variables that were there before. And so it has some very generic names such as object, probably because the system that this was developed with was probably built in Java or some language where you have to nest things, not JavaScript where it's very fluid, but something where you have to nest things. And so the people who created the API just called the thing object, that is, instead of calling it result or response, they just called it object. And so then we mirrored that. So there's a bunch of these things here that I updated, but unfortunately, I did not do a good job of saying what they were updated to. So I think what I'm going to have to do here is say, I think this became box root URL. So I'm just going to put in what I think these were. This became app.company support email. Account name. This, I'm pretty sure, became user. Oh no, white space and the editor isn't working as I would like it to. Company name became account.name. Document.company. I think, I'm not really clear on what became of that. That might still be a thing, actually. Let me check document.link. I don't think I renamed that. Yeah, sorry for being dense there. Thank you so much, Akshay, for the clarification. Oh, Maths with Nadra. Hello. So, what brings you here? Are you must be a math person, I assume? Okay, so document.link is still the same. And in the new ones as well. That's cool. All right, first name. This either goes to user.firstname, or in some cases it became invitee.firstname. So distinguishing between that, this one, I'm pretty sure became box. No, I think it became folder ID. Host is now app.base URL. ID, who knows what that was. Could have been anything. A label, who knows what that was. I think this became shared.url. Name, again, is either user first name or invitee name, depending on what it was. Then all of this object stuff, this all became ACH because that's what it actually relates to. Org user became just user. I think partner name became partner.name, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess what I ought to do maybe is say old name, new name, and then just let the cards fall where they may here. That's probably appropriate. And doodle-doodle. And doodle-doodle. And blip, blip, blip. Okay. So I think this one is open and shut. This one, this one, this one. And I don't know if you actually have to put the ending mabob there. Okay, document.company. I don't think that became anything. Okay. Oh, whoops. And then this one is going to have to be slash instead of pipe because now it's in part of a table. And so I should put, for things that are NA, so this actually becomes verification.code. That's what that was. So this doesn't change, so I'll just put a hyphen there to indicate no change. This becomes verification.id. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. Label, I'm not sure what that becomes. So link, I think became shared URL. I think this became shared label, but I'm not sure. Name could have become multiple different things. I'm just going to put, I have to look at those cases individually. And then all of these become ach.star. So I'm just going to put this in here for this. And then when we look at this, we're going to have a better table afterwards. And this becomes user.star because we just rename org user to user. And then we've got partner name. And then we got to see record.file name. I think I left it record, so I think no change on those. Let me just copy this like so. Boop. 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 Try to get those a little bit aligned up better. I wish that they would do the issue editor a little bit more like they do the code editor. Okay, task label, no change on that. Okay, temp password actually did change. This might have been a stupid one, but I changed it to TMP password because I typically use TEMP, short for temperature, and then TMPL for template. So I think this might be task.template. So I'm going to put some question marks here. And then this 2, I think that user.email maybe. I think that's what that became. Type, I think, became verification.type. URL, I'm pretty sure became something else, but I don't know what it was. Maybe shared.url. I don't know what that URL referred to. User.firstname stayed the same where it was that, and then this was verification.value. Okay, so now if I look at this table, old name, new name, and a couple things that I need to update. So let's get the easy ones first. So I guess I'll make another row for this for updated. And we'll do a check mark for things that are done. So I'm going to go do these ones. I'm going to go do right now. So I'm going to preemptively put the check mark there just as part of updating the table. Whoa, oops. There we go. This would be easier to do if I copied it into Vim and then just replaced the first line of everything. But by the time I copied into Vim, I don't know, I guess I'd finish this a few seconds faster if I did it that way. But I'm not going to optimize for seconds. And I think I see some comments out of the corner of my eye while I've been talking to myself here. So I'll try to check on those in just a second. But let me finish this first, and then I'll look and see if it's just a trick of the light or if there are some comments. Okay, just the thanks, it looks like. Okay. So let me go back over here, and I'm going to move this one out of the way. We don't need that one anymore, but I'll keep it up over here so I can bring it back since I'm already logged in there. And, oh, I still got some of my Mountain Dew left. I think I can get one more gulp out of there. Okay. Nope, don't need that one. Object.bankName. What I should do is go into Mailer here. This is where I've got all the new templates. Yeah, this is where all the new templates are. So I should just search in here, and I should be able to do SD. I will just do string mode, so -s. And again, all the CLI tools that I use, webinstall.dev. So we're going to change this to ach.bankname. And we're going to do this for all HTML files in here. And then we're going to make a similar trade. I guess I could... I'm not going to bother scripting this. It's going to take me slightly longer to do it by hand than it would if I were to copy and paste and script it. But the mental load and the making sure you get it right. Metadata.bank_label. Typically, you'll almost always win when you script, especially because it turns out you do something wrong and you need to repeat a process that's, say, 10 or 20 things that you need to do. This is when to script. When you have a lot of something to do in a batch, or when you have many things to do in a series where when one goes wrong, you might say, you know what, I should start over from scratch. That's when to do a script. And often for refactoring, I do use scripts, but I think I can make these few on my own. And the other thing is that, typing is the leading cause of typos. Every surgeon agrees, 100%. 11 out of 10 surgeons agree typing is the leading cause of typos. So whenever you're typing things out, rather than doing copying and pasting or scripting, you're introducing opportunity, which you have seen me do before, to transpose some letters or something of that nature. Okay, so what have we got? Unfortunately, its whole line's getting updated. Huh, that's weird. Is this it? ach.bankname, routing number, bank label. Oh yeah, okay, that's it. Okay, cool enough. Just one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add that one. And I'm going to say, I'm actually going to start a little bit of a history here. I'm going to start this with a feature, and then I'll make several commits, and I'll fold them all into each other when I'm done so that they all squash under this feature. So this is going to be update new templates with new variable names. Okay, and there's an Emacs package for that. Well, that you use the browser inside Emacs, so all the org mode stuff works. I don't use Emacs though. So I'm not sure exactly what you're referencing, but I don't know if that's a joke, because sometimes when people reference Emacs, they're joking because it does all sorts of things. It's essentially an operating system. 11 out of 10 surgeons attest typing is the leading cause of typhus. That is true. It's a true fact. It's one of the few areas in which you can go over Unity. I really like the phrase over Unity. I picked it up from EEV blog. I might pick him as one of my who to follows. By the way, I've started doing a who to follow at the beginning of each episode, each session, sorry, if you didn't catch that before. Okay, so what I do need to do, let's go check here. This is where I can find this is how I can see what variable names I've updated with a surety. There we go. So 2 became invitee.email. So that's something we can do here. So again, I can have my replace mode, and we can do invitee.email. And we can do that on star.html. Whoops. There we go. And now I can go update my table and conclusively say that's what that was moved to. So where was my 2? Right here. That conclusively was invitee.email, and I have just fixed it. Huzzah. Let's see. The table you were trying to do. Emacs does many things, but org mode would be the thing which makes it easy, which makes me switch also. So I'm guessing org mode is similar to Markdown. So if I copy this table, watch this. So I will show you. Whoops. And we'll get rid of that because that's not what it seems. So if I go here, and if you install Vim Essentials, you'll get this, okay? So I'm just going to call this table.md and paste it in here, and then save. Boom, there we are. That's it. So now I can go. Now remember, I'm on a server. I'm not local, so I can't use pbcopy to copy this. I have to copy it the old-fashioned way. But there we are. The problem is the editor that we have here to work with as our source editor. See what it's doing there? It's just, you know, it's not. Ironically, the editor that is a Markdown editor is not using a monospace font. It seems to be behaving just as a simple text area. Anyway, let's just go down the row here. Yeah, so we can, let's get rid of that table. So we can do sd-s, and then I'm pretty sure it's app.company support email. I want to go double check that over, and it's one of these two. It's probably the first one. Company support. Oh, is it address? Company support address. Oopsies. I have to go find, where did I say company support email? Company support address. I think that should be company support email. But I can save the refactoring for later. What did I do wrong? Oh, I didn't give it a target. Let me do star.html. There we go. And let's do app.company support email. Let's see if I made that mistake anywhere. No, I think I just made that mistake here in this doobly-doo. Company support. So we'll go ahead and copy that. Oh, okay, got it. All right, that one's good to go. Yeah, so I had that up here, right? Yeah, Vim Essentials. This is several fairly non-controversial plugins that will give you most of what most people want without having to learn specific key bindings. It's the, batteries included stuff for Vim. That's what Vim Essentials is. If you want a batteries included development experience, this is what to go with. Now, you also may want Vim GUI if you primarily develop on your own machine and you don't use Screen. Vim GUI you might like. Vim Nerd Tree a lot of people like. I don't end up using it that much. I occasionally do. And then Vim Dev Icons. I have not personally found a ton of joy in that. There's nothing bad with it. I added it because it was good. But I just actually haven't ended up using it much. But I think it goes with Nerd Tree. And then, of course, there's Vim Go and Vim Rust and all that. But these are your basics. Okay, let me get back to this. So we updated all instances there where it's using, okay. I want to do this as atomically as possible. So I am going to say, whoops, we're going to add this one, and then we're going to add this one. I may actually, whoops, what happened there? Oh, it didn't add it because I'm already all the way deep down in the folder. Okay, Git Diff. This is just the support email, right? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is say refactor. And this is from the one that I just was looking at was from to invitee.email. And then this one refactor, and this one was support, what was it? I put it over here. Support email to app company support address. There we go, let's call that one. Looks good. I don't think there's going to be any instance where account name is changed. I think there's going to be an instance where account owner.firstname is changed, but we'll see. Because that may or may not be the case. I'm going to go look over here. Don't see anything there. Okay. I don't see it. Oh, yeah. So account.owner is being replaced with user. But I got to be careful about that find replace because it needs this prefix. So we should be able to say this if we have the space there. Oops. So this one goes to simply user.firstname. Let's say that we do it this way. We're going to do like this, star.html. Let's see what that looks like. Not what I expected. Oh, it's going to be IT, got it. Good. So we should be able to do this then. We don't need the space because we've got the it. And then the Git Diff. Yes, if only I could spell diff without putting numbers inside. All right, that's it. All right. Git commit, refactor, and this one is going to be account.owner to user. Okay, so that one's done. So yeah, there's not going to be too much interesting happening right now, sadly, because we're going to be doing this, just one by one, going through, making sure that everything's updated to the latest. Okay, box folder becomes shared box base URL. I'm going to go update this. And then let's do it. Box folder. Not really the right name. Variables often change what they're, what you were using them for over time. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, git commit, same thing, refactor, and this is box folder shared box URL. All right, let's go hit up the next one. So I think we can do it.id. I could have sworn I had this host one already done previously. I think it was. I think we're going to find that that doesn't exist anymore, and that's cool. Okay, so we're going to do it.id to it.verification.id. And I'm going to group all of the verification ones together in this. So that's going to be the same for code, and it's going to be the same for type, and it's going to be the same for, I think there was one other thing under verification. Let's see. ID, code, type, value. There we go. Let's make sure these all look good. It dot code. If we were to look at this on GitHub, it would be nice because it would give us the visual indication that it would have the double green on what was added. Basically, I just want to make sure that there's not another place where ID is used or type is used. I'm pretty sure in these templates that was the only place it was used. Okay, cool. And that happened to grab code duration as well. Although I think I called, let me check and see. Duration. Yeah, I ended up just calling that verification.duration, not verification.code duration. So I will need to fix that as well. Good thing. This is why we check, ladies and gents. And find and replace is Trixie. It.host, so it.host still is there. But yeah, that should become base URL. In fact, that should be one of the very first things that we do. Kind of makes me want to stash this and tackle that first. I think that I will. Okay, so I'm going to stash this because this other one is a bigger change. So I just want to get it out of the way. It.host we can replace with it.app.base URL, if I'm not mistaken. Base URL, right? Yep. Star.html. There we go. Now if we look through these, there's going to be plenty of places where it gets updated. Okay. That one, yeah, there's going to be a ton of updates there, and I have pretty high confidence that nothing fishy is going on. App.base URL. Let's just do a quick check to make sure everything looks above board. Let me clear that out with Command K again. Okay. Base URL, base URL, base URL, blah, 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 blah. Okay, app link. App link? That seems wrong. I'm going to search for that real quick. I don't think that exists anywhere else. App link. Mailer, libmailer, libmailer. Yeah, I think that is now app.base link is what I called it. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go in there and we're going to replace that one as well. it.app.link with, I keep on saying it, it's it. it.app.base link. Difference between URL and link being, it's a poor naming convention, but app URL is the actual URL. App link is the text that appears as the link. Probably something that I should change in the future, but again, once it's consistent, it's easy to refactor in the future as well. Star.html. And then let's just take a look at base link again one more time, make sure everything looks good. Okay, and it does, so I'm going to refactor URL to base, app.base URL. And then, what was it, app link to app.base link. Okay, now when I do this git stash pop, it's going to complain. And I forgot already how you do dropping one thing in the stash. Because essentially I can just redo this again. So I'm just going to redo it again. Git stash, was it drop? Yeah, there we go. I just dropped that one out of my stash. And then we'll just do the whole thing again with the, there we go, ID, and whoops, code, type, value. By the way, I use fish for my shell. I don't use fish for scripting because I don't think that makes any sense. You should invest in bash for scripting. But there's no shell better than fish when it comes to just having things autocomplete and work well. And yeah, so I'm all in on that fish. Code duration just becomes duration. Oh, hold on. Git reset, git checkout, and then we need to do let's go back. ID, code, type, value. So this is one of those cases where if I had put this in a script, then I just rerun it again. But with the way it is, you know, tomato, potato, doesn't make that much of a difference. All right, let's do the Git diff. Let me see. I think I saw a comment come in. 1 a.m. Fun hanging out. See you soon. Adios, Akshay. You have a good one. Okay, and then it.template. Does that stay the same? Let me see. Did literal.template, did that move anywhere? Oh, verification.template. Template dot. Okay, good to know. Tricksy, tricksy. So we got some. Okay, so I'm going to have to update this. And I wonder if I got this right. Let's see in here. Do I have a verification.template? Oh, I don't. So somewhere I probably messed up the template as well. Template.label. Template name. But I didn't include the template name in here. Okay, so that needs to be included. Good find. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to do this one manually. it.template. Let's see what this brings up. Yeah, it brings up we don't want to change completed notification. We just want to change these three. So maybe I will do it this way. We'll do it.template to it.verification.template. And we'll do on star.html, and then we'll just do a git reset on completed notification and a git checkout on completed notification. All right, and then all of the variables are updated. So where was template at? So, or verification.template. See, this is part of the reason why I'm doing this, because template is ambiguous as to what it means. It probably should be task.template or verification.template, but meh. I'm just checking through one more time. All right, I don't see anything else that looks messed up. And so we're going to go with it. Refactor. .id. ID. What was it? Code, type, value, template to verification dot those things. That's what we updated, right? Code duration verification dot duration. Cool. All right, now all of those ones are done. So let's go put some check marks in there. I'm gonna have to take a water break in a second. I need to go grab some water, and I'm also gonna let a little more light in, which is gonna get rid of some of my nice purple background, but my eyes need a little more light today, I can tell. And I already did that one, right? I'm not sure. I'll double check on it in a second. So code, ID, let's see. I think there was 6 total, I think. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So that's correct then. Okay. So I'm going to go grab some water. It's going to take me about 30 seconds or so to fill up my water. But then I'll be back. Back. Water. Some people say it's good for you. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick message break as well. Let me move this off my screen here. Sometimes I forget to do that. And take a quick message break and see. Yep. Huh? Okay, nothing there. Whoa, what's that? Oh, my keyboard's. I don't know if my keyboard's in the wrong place or if I was in the wrong place. My keyboard was in the right place. I wasn't moved far enough over. That's what it was. Let's see. Oh, I need to. There's a number of things. So I'm gonna have to respond to some of that stuff. When I break for lunch, whenever that is. Okay. I posted some stuff on Reddit earlier today. I'm always afraid when I post things on Reddit. I try to just post and then run away. Oh, good. I actually got an upvote. So here I'll link y'all to this for anybody that's interested. Hold on. Where'd my chat go? So here's one to watch later. Creeds of Craftsmanship. The Zen of Python. Are you laughing at I just post stuff on Reddit and run away? It's the only way to do it. You can't be emotionally and mentally healthy otherwise. You have to just post and then run away and check it 2 days later and ignore everything everybody says, unless, just scan for things that are valuable, people that you want to connect with or resources that you want to look into. Yeah. By the way, Michael, I don't think I have, you may have joined in before, but I don't think I've seen any comments from you before. Thanks for commenting. I appreciate it. But feel free to tell me where you're from and what your interests are. And then, yeah, this is what I posted on Reddit. If you want to give it an upvote, feel free to give it an upvote. Or if you want to give it a downvote, feel free to give it a downvote, I guess. But that's one I recommend watching. That's a presentation I did a few weeks ago at a local user group. And I think it's pretty succinct and pretty decent. Okay, now let's continue with the boring work of finding these templates. Okay, and then we already did that one as well. So I'm just walking through a bunch of variables that need to be changed. And part of the reason I was changing them was because they have names that could conflict with one another. And so I have to go through and check and make sure that I'm not changing the wrong name. Okay. So I think account.name would not be something that I would need to change, but I'm just going to check and see where it's being used. Interesting. Only one place where it had been used. Okay. So that one is done because there's nothing to do. Excellent. Verified. Not a lot of enchilada. Well, hello, Poland. And then I'm gonna go ahead and plug again. So someone had the idea to do a Discord server for this. Server, very strange term for, well, in my world, a server means a different thing than whatever a Discord server means, because I think it's essentially a chat room. But anyway, I'm gonna plug that one again for anybody that is interested in joining in. We'll see what happens there. I'm not sure what it will turn into, but because somebody asked and I did have it built or built. See, weird. I created an account. I created the account. It's a Discord account. It's not a server. Anyway. But yeah, I much prefer Discord to Slack. Definitely something, if you're doing anything community oriented, I think it makes a lot more sense. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and make sure that oh, that's me. So company name had not been updated. And that version of the PR doesn't look, was it updated in this version of the PR? Oh, okay, yeah, that's the red. And here's the green. So it's just becoming account.name. All right, good. That's what I expect. So company name is going to account.name. Whoops. No. I was crossing the streams there. I was thinking of both the find and replace and the name of the commit at the same time. So let's just verify that I only changed in the two places as expected. There we are. We're good. Good to go on that. Existing user, new user, and the commit message is refactor. Whoa. And then we went from company name to account.name. Great. All right, check one more off the list and move on. All right, I'm pretty sure document.company did not change any of these. Document. Yeah, I guess not. It's not in there. Document.comp. Yep, nope, no change. So no change on there. No change, no change, no change. Now, first name is one where I imagine we're going to have a couple of different places where we use first name, and first name means different things. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Bar. So here, new user is probably invitee.firstname. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's look for just it.firstname because that narrows it down. Signature request, new user to account. Okay, that one became... Let's try name first, because that's only one file that I got to do. Huh. Is this what changed in both? Just verifying you have access to the email. Okay. ACH validate and email change code. Oh, interesting. That one didn't get updated. Good thing I reviewed it. Okay, I see we got a couple comments. Raw games, Raw1 games, Raw games. I learned JS and React.js and some UI UX concepts. It's enough for a junior position. What do you think? Sorry for my question, mate. I don't know what qualifies as good enough for a junior position. I would say start interviewing and interview at your top pick first. And here's the reasoning for that. you're probably not going to get your top pick. So get that anxiety out of the way. It's same as dating. You want to ask the hottest girl in the room for the date first, because she's probably going to say no anyway, and then you can get that out of the way and you can move on with your life. But also, you're going to have the opportunity in 3 to 6 months to interview with them again. So if you're not at a place where you're ready, as you go through the interview processes, you're going to get better at interviewing, as well as understanding what you need for the different jobs. And so if you think of a job hunt as a 3 to 6 month process, you could start and end with interviewing your top company. So, I think that you want to pick, don't go looking for jobs for the sake of looking for jobs. Go look for people that are part of your tribe in some way. Go to meetup.com, try to find something there. Or if you I don't know if meetup.com is as popular across the pond, but if it isn't, then whatever is similar to it. Of course, if you are, I don't remember if you were in Aussie land or in England, but I guess if you're in Aussie land, going to meetups is maybe not possible right now. I don't know what the world is really like over there, but I follow this gal, Sydney Watson, and she's saying that it is bat ape crazy right now, with lockdowns and stuff. So I don't know, but you definitely want to get in touch with people. It's about people. And as you grow with people, you can have mutual respect, and that's going to bring you into their circles and them into your circles. And so it's much more about a number of impressions. So for example, think of branding just in general. You don't trust a brand the first time you see it. You trust it the 10th time you see it. When you pass that billboard for the 10th time is when you start to recognize this brand is a fixture in your community or in your world. And that's what you want to be. You want to be somebody that's popping up over and over again at different points of contact with different companies. If you're just doing cold leads, yeah, you can definitely get jobs through cold leads, but it's a lot harder. So I would say think more about how to connect with people and just go apply. Doesn't really matter if you're qualified or not, because they will tell you that you're not qualified. You don't have to tell you that you're not qualified. If you want to learn more about this sort of stuff, I do have a book that I recommend, and I'll probably put this as one of my who to follows at some point. But I listened to this, and I bought the book because I was going to mark it up, but then I ended up not marking it up. So John Sonmez is somebody people love to hate because he's very much an alpha male, and that grinds against the tech community because his other business, one of his other businesses, he has a few. He does real estate. He does software development. That's how he made his money, and then he put that money in real estate, and then that made him more money, and he's got bulldog mindset. So he's very much alpha male and makes a lot of... he's just straight talking. Most dudes, I think, and gals for that matter, will appreciate that he just straight talks. So there's the link to that. And love your interaction with viewers. It's really impressive. Well, I don't have a billion viewers, so it's easy when you only have less than 10 people joining in on a stream to look and see. With the popular people, they've got 100 comments a second, and somebody else is sitting over in the corner, and they have to manage all that stuff. I think that computer science is really awesome. I think that it's a great place to start and get foundational concepts, but you definitely don't need a degree. Depends on what you want to do. But if you want to be a web dev, if you want to work at Google, getting a degree would really help you, or Microsoft. They like to recruit from universities. But yeah. Anyway, Complete Software Developer's Career Guide. Now, I have to admit, I didn't use this for my career. I wanted to know whether this is something that I could recommend to other people and say, yeah, you should take advantage of this. But I feel that it resonates with a lot of my experiences, and he's a straight shooter. So highly recommended. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to go back to... Now I need to do something else as well. Well, let's see, what's my Git status right now? I'm pretty clean. Okay, so I need to go... I don't know where I need to go. I need to find... Whoops. Come on, go through. Nope, that's not... All right, that's fine. Thank you for signing up. Hello. Do we have the hello in here? Hi. Thank you for signing up. So email code is the one that needs to get edited. So I'm going to go back into, let's see where email code is. I'm going to have to check out master, and we're going to look for, whoops. Oh, yeah, I need to go back. There we go. Okay. We did the change work. Okay. So let's look for email code. Then let's check out email vars. And then we're going to look for email code again. Interesting. Oh. So this template should be dead. I don't need to do anything with it. Let's go ahead and remove it right then and there. If I'm not mistaken, email code.js doesn't exist. So email code. Source API util user confirmation. Okay, yeah. So we'll just get rm rf, was it? fdrg email code. Again, all the commands that I use, they're just modern. They're written in Rust, most of them. They're just modern versions of the old Unix utils. So fd is a replacement for find, rg is a replacement for grep, and they just do the right thing. You have to type out fewer options because they do what, as a developer, you want them to do. They don't have to maintain backwards compatibility, although for the basic use case, they are pretty much the same. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna git rumruff that. And then I'm going to propagate that through the system. So I'm going to chore remove cruft. Great. And then I can push that. I can check out email vars 2, and I can rebase on email vars, the original, and then I can push to email vars 2, and then I can check out AJ, which should probably have a better name, and then I can rebase email vars 2. Blah, 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 blah. And there we are. Okay. So then I can continue on with what I was going to do, which is % equals name. We're going to replace with, oh, I guess in this case it'll be it.name with % equals it user.firstname. Start.html, right? Oh, and I need to be in my directory there. So should just be 2 places. And then we can do commit name is user.firstname. Huzzah. All right. Next one. And the document ones, they're done because there's nothing to do with them. They stay the same, so we can check those off. And then there was name. I just got that one done. And now we'll take first name, I think, goes into two different categories. First name. If I can just put a space in front of that, maybe an equal space. I would think somewhere in here. All right. Hi, first name. If org user so-and-so first name. So that one, that first name is invitee.firstname. That is invitee.firstname. It looks that all of the ones that are just first name are invitee.firstname. So let me try one more time to go through here. Let's go from, there's 5. So this one is invitee, number 2. This one is invitee, number 3, invitee, number 4, invitee, number 5. Yes, all of them follow that pattern. So we will change all of them. Invitee dot start at HTML. And then we should see, whoops. Interesting. Are these templates gone? Are these templates that were not actually used? Let me see here. Existing user to account. Let me check on that one. Existing user to account. Oh, duh, because it's got the IT thing in it. Did I fix that with this other one? Yeah, I did. Obviously, otherwise it wouldn't have worked at all. It. I keep on saying IT because it's just weird to call a variable it. It's worse than this. Truly. Oh. Need more water. Oh, and I need to open up the window a little more in terms of light. Oh, yes. Gonna have to sacrifice a little bit of that purple glow. Because, yeah, I want a little bit more, actually. What is my wife doing outside? Little does she know I can spy on her. I wonder if she went out to get groceries or something. She's over by the car. All right. So this looks right. Whoops. Where am I clicking? Okay, good. That looks good. So there's 5 places that I was expecting this to be different. Let me. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. So please share with others. I think it would be really cool to have. I don't know. I guess to be famous. But I don't think I do that much that's super exciting. But I think it would be cool to have a bigger channel and more people. I think if it got to the point of hundreds of people commenting at a time, that might be a little too much for me. But it'd be nice if there was, say, 20 people in the channel. I think that'd be a cool number to hit. And I'm also, this goes on Twitch and on YouTube. So literally, is this right? New user signature request. Let me make sure signature request is right. So we didn't have it in this one. Okay, it's in signature request. All right. It's an existing user. It's an existing user partner. It's a new user. It's a new user. So yeah, that's 5 different files. All right. Trust the file count. Refactor, and this is first name to invitee.firstname. That's what we're just doing, right? Yep. Invitee.firstname. Cool. I'll go ahead and push this. Yeah. So one more down. All you need is a way to structure your content in a different way. So talk to me more about that. I don't know. So for example, when I am just live at work, I'm just live at work. I've got to do what it is I got to do. See, partner name. I want to see if we can get that one done next. Folder, and then I think I did host already, right? I think I did host and then there was what? App link went to app.baselink. Folder to folder ID. And also, I don't know when it's going to be a good stream and when it's not necessarily. Sometimes I've got a better feeling about it. But for example, last night, the stream was great. Hardly anybody joined in, but I think it was a great stream. I felt like I had a good time. I didn't have that many people to talk to in the moment, but I know there's some people that catch it later on, or they'll watch it on 2x speed and whatnot. So they do watch it within the week. The night before that, it was just a slog. It was just, I didn't have the same level of energy. I just need to do some stuff. But I figure when I can, if I can live stream while I'm coding, I'll live stream while I'm coding. But let's see. It's nice to see live coding at work. Thinks that I can compare my day of work with yours. All right. Yeah, I would like to know how that compares. Because some days I get to do really interesting things, but a lot of what I'm doing it depends on the company I'm working for. So there's my 9 to 5, and a lot of the stuff I'm doing there, it's incremental improvements on security and code stability. So it's not always super interesting. I'm literally going through a list of variables and just meticulously making sure that I rename them correctly. Spam for subscribes and likes, but that's not who I am, Every once in a while I say, hey, for those of you coming and going, thumbs up if you got them, thumbs down if you don't, because every thumb helps. And if you like what you like, you get more of what you like. And if you do decide to subscribe, go ahead and hit the bell for personalized recommendations. But that's kind of, I get what you're saying, even though it's not, I don't think of it as my personality. You have to do those things in order to grow. I get that. I respect that. But also I have to find a way to do it that is authentically me. And so I could use suggestions on that. What feels right, what feels out of place. I hate some of the people that I watch. They stop in the middle of the stream to do their sponsor thing and they say, I love these headphones, or I love this VPN. No, you don't. I doubt you even use it, Some of them they do, but a lot of them they don't. And so whatever I do, I just want to be me, Need to do tutorials 10 to 30 minutes about programming. So I do 10 to 30 minute tutorials about programming. And typically I try to put those on the Beyond Code channel, and I don't cross the streams. Oh, that actually works. So cross the streams is a meme from Ghostbusters from the 1980s, back before there was any online streaming. And crossing the streams was if two Ghostbusters both have their anti-ghost ray gun out at the same time and they cross the streams over each other, it causes a big explosion. So don't cross the streams. But anyway, I don't want to cross the streams between the content that might be high value and might be low value and the content that I know is higher value. What's up, honey?
1/3 of hot dog?
Yeah, I'll take 1/3 of a hot dog. That's way better than 1/9 of a hot dog. Yeah. Oh, cool. So anyway, when I've got content that I know is high value, oh, excuse me for the eating noises. I try to get over to the Beyond Code channel. But it's a lot of work to put those things together. And I don't have the time for all of that necessarily right now. But I do have the time to just stream while I'm working. And it actually helps keep me focused despite all the tangents and stuff. It's good for my ADHD brain. It really is, I think. I think I end up being more focused. I solve problems faster because I'm speaking out loud. People ask questions. I try to do a little bit higher quality. I probably do move a little slower in the sense of the number of things that are just going through the pipeline, but the better in terms of not having to go redo work, maybe. I don't know. Something like that. So there's the speed goes both ways. I think I'm both faster and slower. Is that really the only use of folder is right there? I think that's going to become shared folder ID. Again, sorry about the eating noises. I know that really upsets some people. But actually, you know what? I take a cruel delight in it. Okay, hot dog's done. If you were muted, you can unmute now. True story. When I was a kid, we go through this process every morning, and this was a huge life lesson for me. I often speak before thinking, or I speak to think. But I was probably second grade or so, and this is a meme that has gone throughout my life. I'm going to get to what it actually is in just a second, I promise. But we were doing roll, and we do roll every morning. We were out in the trailers. I remember this specifically, and of course all the kids laughed at me, but we were doing roll, and we call off every single person's name, and then we have to go through all 20 people. And so I said to the teacher, why don't we just have the people who aren't here raise their hand? Because I was always thinking, even from a very, very early childhood, how to optimize systems, how to reduce the complexity in a system. Obviously, if you can count the number of people who aren't there, you only have 1 or 2 people who aren't there to count. So without thinking about it from a mathematical perspective, I wasn't thinking in mathematical terms because I didn't understand mathematical terms back then. But I was thinking of, you have 2 sets. You have the set of people who are present and the set of people who are absent. And if you can just get the set of the people who are absent to identify themselves, problem solved. And so I wasn't thinking that people who are absent aren't there to raise their hand. I realized that pretty much after I said it, but everybody laughed, of course, because the teacher said, well, they're not here. And that was funny. But this turns out to be a computer science problem that plagues us, is that when data is deleted, when it doesn't exist, it is difficult to identify because it doesn't exist. You cannot propagate nothing across a network. You have to propagate a something. So you could ask people who are not going to be in. You could ask them to identify that they're not going to come in, but that doesn't shorten the amount of time that you have to do roll, because you have to find the people that did not come and did not identify that they would not come. So, all right, this is shared and then folder ID, huh? But true story, and so you'll hear me make that joke from time to time. There's a lot of jokes that either come from movies from my childhood or experiences from my childhood that you only get it if you're me. But it tickles my fancy to do it anyway. Oh, whoop. And again, I forgot to put in the star.html. Okay, and that's it. Boom. All right, there we are. Another one bites the dust. Oh, no. You can make any suggestion. All suggestions are welcome. Bad ideas are much like people who are absent. You can only discover them by permutating through the universe of ideas and then trying them out to some degree. So I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I'm just saying, there's steps in a process. And so if you say, well, you want to accomplish some goal, you want to build, you want to invent something. It's going to cost you $1 million of research and development. And so you say, oh, well, you just need to get rich. It's like, yeah, I just need to get rich. That's simple. Step 1, get rich. Step 2, spend $1 million on research and development. Step 3, sell product and profit. So the creating the short format, high quality tutorials, yeah, obviously a good idea. But then you have to develop the framework around that, and there's a lot of work. Developing a 5-minute video is an hour of script writing. Probably 2 hours of editing. So basically, production video is an hour per minute or worse. If it's only taking you an hour per minute to get from starting your project to finishing your project, you're doing a pretty darn good job. You can, of course, there are some shortcuts you can take to get better efficiency than that. But you talk to anybody that's in the space. There are some people that do a really good job without quite reaching that, because either they have more people, so it's being edited live, such as the You Are Here podcast with Sydney Watson. They've got somebody where the editing is happening live, but there's still prep that they do before the show that you don't see, and inviting guests and all that stuff. And then if you look at EEV blog, his stuff is mostly live, but he just does cuts. So he has to take whatever time took him to record the video. He has to take that time again to watch the video, plus probably twice as much, because he's got to do the jump cuts and insert the overlays and go Google those things and find the images to put overlay and that kind of thing. And people that do the animations, I have no idea how they manage to get any of their stuff done. Okay, so where's this label at? it.label right there. I don't know if I fixed that one. Let me see. Did I fix that one? Because I think that one was just one that seemed to... Do we have doc.label? That makes sense. Suggestion.label. Was it suggestion? Let me try on this other one. Label. I should probably look at what the file name is here. Completed notification. Okay. So completed notification is task.label, task.template.label. Okay. So template becomes task.template. Is that what we're saying? So this one becomes task.template. Okay, so we're going to do this one now. And then label, whoops. Where did I have label? Label becomes task.label. So I think I'm going to knock out both of these right now. So it looks, this is the only one. It seems this is the only one that has it.label. So we will go to it.task.label. And then we will go to it. Let's see if I can find in here template.label anywhere else. And let's see if I can find template.type anywhere else. Let's see if I can find template anywhere else. I expect to find it about 5 places. Verification, 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 notification. So those 3 and this one. And I think the other ones are going to have that added as well. I think there are 5. We're going to have a magic link. So we have verification email, reset password, email change code. There's a couple other things that are going to have that. But I think this does it for that one. So let me go ahead and mark that off on label. And then I'm going to check to see if I can mark it off for link. Let's see, what is link? It link. Data room. What did it link become? Well, in any case, it's not template, so I don't need to worry about it for being able to call this one done. All right, taking a look at comments again. Poland's 10 p.m., so I'll end for today because I need to get up for work. Psst, sleep is for the weak-minded, son. Thanks for the good conversation. You are welcome. Thank you as well. Nice to have you join in. And by the way, I will plug the Discord again. I'll try to just plug the Discord. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not super into the whole. I'm not good at the social media thing, but I'll just plug the Discord. If you want to come and join in on the Discord, come and join in on the Discord. Oh, and apparently it's not going out through the YouTubes right now. So let me do this. Sorry, we're going to do this. .gg. There. Okay, that time it went through. So there's a number of times probably as I've sent links. Oh, that time it just missed. Yeah, because I should be able to send links. Y'all, unfortunately, can't send links. That's because I had to do so much spam management with the channel that I just turned off links. So I'm sorry about that. But, I just... Great channel. Check out my nudies. No, thank you. And Twitch used to have some bot that would come up for big follows. By the way, if you ever start a channel, don't ever buy follows. There's a good video on why you should never do that by, I think Adam Ruins Everything, and I think that Veritasium has also covered that. There's a few people that have covered that topic. So we're going to take it.link and we're going to change it to it.shared.url, I think. Is that what it was? It. Can't get it through my head to use the right thing. Dataroom.url. So it's not shared.url, it is dataroom.url, which is just as well. So it is dataroom.url. Okay, cool. So that's only one place. Factor link dataroom.url. Okay. Cool. So that one's down. Partner name I want to tackle next. I think that one's going to be really simple. I think it's just partner name to partner.name. Partner name. Partner.name. That looks to be correct. Yep. Okay. So there we go. By the way, the reason I'm doing -s with SD, with SD is essentially the same thing as sed, just modernized, like I was talking about before, modern tools built in Rust. S means string mode, so it won't match regular expressions, and when you're doing stuff with templates and you've got special characters, better just be in string mode and not have things go unexpectedly. Okay, that looks good. Was it really only 2 places? That doesn't seem quite right to me. Because over here, I thought it was a bunch of places, but that's red. That's red. That's... Okay, so let's check 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, yeah, it is only 2 places. It's just showing up in a bunch because of reasons. You know, reasons. So this was partner name to partner.name. And then I don't think we need to do anything with the records. I'm going to check those real quick. Record dot. Whoops. There we are. I think RG has a mode to do string mode as well, but I don't remember what it is. It also has a mode to do replace. RG has almost, well, no, not almost. It has too many options. Okay, record, record, record. And this all looks great. Let me go take a look at, I think record comes from records. Yeah, records, and records is probably fine. That's probably not actually a great name, but it is unique, and I don't know what it refers to. Let me go find out what it refers to. But I'm not going to change it here because I didn't change it in the other places. The reason I'm doing this is because yesterday I finished up updating the old templates, and now and so I'm updating the new templates, and yada, yada, yada. Okay. Currently only tests on staging. Guessing it doesn't crash on demo app. Probably still not updating until refresh. Oh, whoops. Okay, so I'll check that out. Hold on. Account, resource, undefined payload, causing. So we got a delete operation that is causing something to crash. Okay, I'll get that. I'll get that fixed. A work message. Okay, I see. I didn't notice this comment. This should just come in. That came in a bit ago. Do you agree to talk to my mates at university to get them here if they want to talk with you? Yeah, sure. I I mean, I don't know exactly what that means, but I mean, it's a public channel. You invite whoever you want. Do you agree to talk to my mates at university to get them here if they want to talk to me? Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I think that's fine. And I guess if we have a Discord, which we do now, I guess I can announce when I'm streaming in the Discord as well, or we can plan things there because we can do that asynchronously. So you can say, hey, when are you going to stream next? And I want to join. I want to have somebody join, and then I can say, yeah, have no idea because I don't keep a schedule to save my life, but I can give you a heads up. I think I'll do it tonight or around this time or so and so. And generally, when I'm speaking with international people, I try to say in so many hours. So that way, whether you're looking at your localized time or I'm looking at my time, if I say I'm probably going to do it in about 3 hours, then you can see this. And then we could set actual real scheduled times as well. And that's just, it's a little bit harder with the full-time job and the kiddos and, all that. But typically on days when I work from home, which is, half the time or whatever, and days like today, I wasn't scheduled to work from home, but I woke up late and then I got to work and I had left my computer at home. And we don't have work computers yet there. So I had to come back, and at that point I said, you know what, I'm just going to stay home. I will catch y'all later. So task.label, do we have that one? Let me see. Task.label. We don't need to do anything special with that. Looks good enough for me. Completed notification, that makes perfect sense. So this one, there was no change on that. I'm of the opinion that we could get rid of this, capitalizing the first letter of a person's name. That should be something that we either have a task for to go through the database and update everybody's names. By the way, my name is AJ. That's capital A, capital J. And my last name is O'Neill. That's capital O, capital N. So please don't lowercase people's names and then uppercase them. And I'm not the only person that's like this. There are, I have a sister's, one of my sister's friends married a guy. Her name is now De La O. And that is 3 capital letters, De La O. I don't know if it has spaces in it or not, but I have another friend whose name is Van Orden. There's no spaces there. There are 2 capital letters. And first names are the same. RJ, AJ, CJ, KJ, so on and so forth. We exist. We're real. We have feelings. It hurts our feelings when you lowercase our names. These are true stories. Autobiographical raps. Flight of the Conchords, for those of you that are wondering why I'm sounding like an idiot. Okay, and then what did this URL become? That's the next most interesting one. URL. Wait, what's about this back office URL? I might need to update that one anyway. Test env. I need to make sure there's no test env here. Okay, there isn't. So that means good. Okay, so that one's fixed. What was the thing I was looking for? Just bare URL. Oops, nope. Maybe space? No? Did I already get rid of that one? Oh, no, it's definitely not going to be with the IT in this one. Sorry, I was looking for the wrong thing. Space URL, space. Oh, okay, URL, what? Okay, we've got 31 of these to go through. Let's just go through them. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. I lost my place. Nope. What? Nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope. Nope, nope. Nope, nope. Nope. And I'm back. Okay, so my guess then, oh no, there's 42 places to go through here. That's okay. I'll just go through them real quick. And yeah, bring on the subscribers. Much appreciated. Ah, wait, there it is. Where'd it go? Ah, so this one became verification.reset path. Let me make sure that we still have reset path in here. Reset path. Ooh, we do not. Okay. So what happened then? Here's the password reset. Do we not have this file? Reset password? Of course we do. Reset password. What does this say? Ah. This is one of the reasons I was waiting. Okay, we could do that. I'm going to be on the fence about that. I'm going to put a little warning sign on this one because this one becomes a different thing now. Okay, so this is going to be verification.reset path. I'll put a little tilde there because it's kind of sort of that's what it is. Slash manual verification TPL. Okay, so that one's handled now, and I don't think there was any changes there. No changes. So we're down to the last of them, which is temp password to TMP password. And I see something came in here. All right, cool. Need to go to sleep. It's late. Good night. Good night to all of those of you who are weak-minded individuals going to sleep. Bah. Bah. All right, have a good one. And again, as y'all are coming and going, remember, if you like what you like, you get more of what you like. Hit the bell when you subscribe for personalized recommendations if you're the subscribing type of individual. Don't let me tell you how to live your life or anything. Just trying to help. And I don't know, something or other else or other doobly-doos and all that. And yeah, and a Discord now. So that too. Adios. Which might sound like adios, but I was actually saying ajus, as in with soy sauce. Yeah. Cool. Well, have a good night. But it's not soy sauce. You know those French sandwiches? I don't know if they have them outside of America. I doubt they're real French sandwiches, but they're on a French baguette. It's typically a roast beef sandwich, and it's called a juice because you get a salty sauce with it. But it's not quite salty enough to be soy sauce. It might be light soy sauce. But I like those sandwiches. They're decently good sandwiches. Oh, and TMP password needs to go to, this would be verification. Verification.tmp password. Oh, can I reorder this one? New user to account. New user to partner. I'm going to check in the code on that one real quick. Temp password. What's this up here? Create admin. Account. Partner. All right, so new user to partner, user to account. So create admin, I'm assuming, is new user to account. Yeah, all right, cool. So it's got the temp password. All right, got it. That's why that's that. And then, but I didn't actually do the right thing, did I? No, I did not. So we need to take it.tmp password and take that to verification.temp password. And again, we'll do sd-s. Oh, and star.html. Blue. Oompa loompa doopity doo. If you are wise, I will listen to you. I was trying to figure out where my blue comes from, and it might be from the flute in Willy Wonka. It probably comes from something. I probably didn't just make it up. I'm not that creative or original. I don't have original thoughts. Those are for other people. And it's about time for me to take a break anyway. So, oh, and I'm pretty much done, and it's about time for me to take a break. So, stars aligned. And then I'll go take a look at the other thing that's the one-off bug fix that I need to put in. Okay, so this we're going to do refactor. This would be temp password verification.tmp password. And then I'm going to do a rebase. First, let me go ahead and do a push. I'm going to do a rebase. And then, oh, whoops. Tilde past 20 maybe. Done a lot of things here. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to bring it all the way back to here. And I'm going to do F to fold it into the prior commit. Ba-da-da-da. Also could be from Zelda or Final Fantasy. Not Final Fantasy. They don't have cool sound effects like that. Could be something from Zelda. Could be from Mario. If you know what it's from, you let me know. Maybe I am making it up. Okay, so that one's done. That leaves us with one left over, which is org user. And this one's pretty darn easy to fix because it's just user. That's it. And I think it affects, oops, let me do git status here. About 4 templates. Yep, that sounds about right. Git status. Refactor. And this is going to be org user is just user. And again, the reason that I'm changing this is that the law of specificity, which I don't know that that's a law, but it ought to be in UX or code design or something. But I'm calling it the law of specificity, which is that the more generic something is, or the more common it is throughout the code base, the more it deserves an unadorned name. In this case, org user is just the normal user. So giving it too much specificity, I'll give you an example of this. I'll give you an example of this in the real world. So I went to school at BYU. If you said, do you know where the stadium is? Everybody's going to say yes, unless they are at their first 3 days on campus, maybe. I don't know how you could. There are some ways you could get to campus without. Yeah, there's numerous ways you can get to campus without going by the stadium, because you could, and you don't have to go to the stadium for classes unless. Yeah, anyway, but point is, if you ask, you know where the stadium is, people say yes. If you ask, do you know where Cougar Stadium is? Then a lot of people say yes, but some people don't know. If you ask, do you know where the Lavelle Edwards Stadium is? A lot of people are like, no, I don't know where that is. This is the law of specificity. If I'm using a generic name for something that is the most common thing, the most recognizable thing, such as user, our normal user, the user that's logged in, the user that's taking action, the user that's doing the thing, makes sense that it would be user. If you give extra specificity, especially if it's unusual, because you're giving it only in particular cases, if you have extra specificity of org user, well, now I have to think, wait, what's an org user? Oh, by the way, in my little story there, those are the 3 names for the stadium. The stadium is called the stadium because it's the stadium. It's the biggest stadium in the city. It's the only stadium that, well, there are a couple other stadiums because we have the American football stadium. We have the World Football Stadium, soccer stadium. We have a baseball stadium. It's a pretty big college. It's got all the stadiums, but the stadium is the stadium. It's where the fireworks go off on the 4th of July. It's where community events happen occasionally throughout the year. It's the stadium. But Cougar Stadium is just Cougars, BYU Cougars. It's the mascot. So Cougar Stadium is the school stadium. And then Lavelle Edwards Stadium is it might have a different name now, but it was who it was dedicated to, and who knows, maybe now there's a sponsor for it, and now it's the Adobe Stadium, like Microsoft Stadium. It'd probably be one of the bigger local companies such as Domo or Vivint or one of the credit unions or something like that. But anyway, you get the point. So this is the law of specificity, is that you don't want to be over specific. So it's more confusing for this to be called org user than if it's just called user, because if it's user, we know what it is. It's the user. It's the normal user, the everyday user, yada, yada. So that would be a great little short 5-minute clip. Maybe I'll cut this. Just somebody, mark this in the comments, whatever timestamp we're at here. Yeah. All right, so that one's done. Okay, so all across the land, these changes have been made, except for this one. And so I might make that one, but I think I'm going to wrap this up and say, hey, it's break time. I'm going to go ahead and go into the pull requests here and make a pull request. So this will be, we're going to put this into here, and this is, what are we doing? AJ. This really needs another name. This is going to be, we're going to do this. We're going to checkout-b email TPL3. There we go. And I should probably put the -u on there. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So now we're going to do Let's refresh. Oh, well, there. Oh, dang it. There it is. Oh, okay, cool. That's got it. Dang. Yeah, there's a lot of folding that needs to be done there. And I can drop that commit. Let me go drop that. Let's see, git rebase head, let's say 30. Global. Oh gosh, is it more than 30? $40. Oh. So this one we can just plain drop. Okay, email TPL3. What else? There's probably some other stuff that we can drop out of here or move to later. There's just a ton of changes. Email templates updates 3 of 3. Applied all of the same variable scope changes to the new templates. Removed unused, junk might be a little bit of a derogatory term. Remove unused off code, off logic code. Yeah. So now we can look at these in whole. So this, I think, whatever commit that is in, this I want to rebase that and make it different. So let's see, git log, no git log, and then give it a specific file maybe. Git log. Let's see, this file was prepare deploy for caddy file. September 16th. Is that not in? Okay. So there's a few of these. Prepare deploy for caddy file. This one can go all the way at the end. And it doesn't need to be in here. Okay, what else? This one is not fixed yet, so we're going to have a to-do on this. Oops, let's see. To-do, fix that one. All right. Okay. So I wonder if we could remove this earlier. I want to reduce the scope of this as much as possible. And I think this I could actually remove from master and not break anything. I mean, it'll have some conflict as the files are edited. But for the most part, I think I could get rid of that. And then rebase it up the chain. Okay, I'm not really sure what that is all about. Oh, I was getting rid of this stuff because of the type linting. It doesn't like it. So where you do object.assign on module.exports, type linting doesn't like that. Okay. I would like to get, here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to take every commit. Well, what I'd end up doing is just squashing the heck out of this stuff. Anything that's related to the MJML templates, it should just go in its own commit. And then the stuff that's related to the auth changes should go in its own commit. Git as tester. What was this about? I don't know. I have to check that out. I don't remember that one. Send email. The stream. Okay, that's just a util thing. Got it. Vars.json. I don't think we need this. Do we? Host. Da, 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 da. Do we need a vars.json? I don't think we do. I think this was committed by accident. So I think I could split this up and have it be, we end up with email template updates, 4 of 3, 5 of 3 type of thing. But this commit definitely right here does not need to be there. So I'm going to go ahead and push that one up. And then I'm going to get rid of my AJ branch. And then I'm going to check out, I guess I'll just check out from here. And then I'm going to check out my email branch. And then I'm just going to do git reset dash, well, let me first do git status, make sure I don't have anything hanging. Git reset dash dash hard head 1. And then push that, which just drops the commit to do with the deploy changes. But that deploy change stuff, I need to get that in ahead of time. So that actually needs to go through to master before I'm doing some of these other things here. So I have to take a look at that. And then if we do a git diff with the AJ branch, yeah, not a lot. Okay, so those deploy changes, maybe they can wait, because I don't need to do those deploy changes now, but I do need to make some changes to the deploy system. Yeah, a lot of this stuff I could just squish out. And this was nice to have in terms of just keeping track of things as I went. But as cute as it is to have all of these bajillion commits that are just one little change at a time, I can just squash them away. Because it would be nice. Let's say I just take any of these. Let's get the log of any of these HTML files. Whoops. No, let's go into here, git log, look at any of these HTML files, and yeah. So can I get log, there's something short maybe, or name only? I don't remember. There we go. I think there's an even briefer way to do this. But I think I'll do a little bit of folding these in and then try to make these changes smaller so that, particularly I want to isolate the changes I need to make to the password, some of the password stuff, and get that in with the old templates. And then, add the new templates as a more discrete thing. Let's see, is there anything in here? Yeah, it looks as though... Okay, this one doesn't tell me what files are edited. Does this tell me if other files are edited outside of this? Because it's showing me the files that I want to see, but it'd be interesting to see if this touches files aside from those files. Could I see that as well? Anyway, I got to take a break. It's definitely time for me to take a break, so I'm going to take a break. So, for those of you that joined in, thank you. For those of you that were absent, please raise your hand. And thumbs up if you got them, thumbs down if you don't. If you like what you like, get more what you like. And just smash that subscribe button. Subscribe. Oh, dang it. I had some momentum and then my tongue got tied. But what I was going to say is smash the hell out of it until only the heaven is left and share it with your friends. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's not cursing because I'm telling you to take something that is unclean and to make it more clean and then to share the goodness. So, no nicks on that one. Anyway, yeah, all of that said, and theatrics aside, have a good one. Best one ever, in fact. Adios. That mouse is over here now.